Hi and welcome to our presentation. Working in a group of two, we decided to interview two separate social care professionals. With some thought, we put together our questions and asked each professional the same questions with the intent of comparing and contrasting their answers. We found them to have common answers with some and others were contrasting. We hope you enjoy our presentation. One of the professionals we interviewed was a residential social care worker. He has 20 years experience working in the voluntary and paid sectors of social care. He is working in residential care 9 years, key working every young person he has worked with. He is also an in-house TCI trainer for the organisation he works for.
We also interviewed a community development worker who has been the coordinator of a local family resource centre for the last 10 years. Here she works alongside the voluntary board members to promote social inclusion and empowering the local community by providing training and education. She started off studying intellectual development nursing and worked in the disability sector for 3 years. She volunteered for many years doing community work, and through the community work she was funded to study community development and has progressed to be the coordinator of the Family Resource Centre.
The residential social care worker started his career working with young people in his community, organising events for them. He trained in martial arts and became a coach. He started working in residential care in 2007 and decided to do the social care course in IT Sligo in 2008. He worked part-time through college and is still currently employed in the same organisation. There was a variety of training undertaken by both professionals through the organisations they work for. Common training undertaken was Suicide Awareness Training Assist and Child Protection Training. Others included Meet All Training, Parent Plus, TCI, First Aid and Attachment Training.
Mayor Land describes threshold concepts as previously inaccessible way of thinking about something, a transformed view of a subject matter, subject landscape or even worldview. So for new experiences opens up new knowledge which may in turn change your previous perspectives.
The residential social care worker reflected on troublesome threshold concept he has encountered throughout his career. He talked about corruption within the system and the feelings of powerlessness as a social care professional. He also talked about the mistreatment of staff, which can lead to stress and burnout. He talks about the importance of self-care and reflection, as sometimes there is a lack of support within organisations.
The community development worker was more positive by saying she was more motivated to do her work from seeing the success stories. With people gaining employment from training and courses provided by the Family Resource Centre, people overcoming their addictions all within the community. Using a recent experience, the community development worker reflected on boundaries and highlighted the importance of them. According to Reamer, dual relationships are inevitable, but they may represent a boundary crossing which must be avoided since they represent unethical practice and could result in damage to the service user.
Both professionals held common ethical standards with regard to dual relationships. Both made reference to making good judgments with what they share with service users. They both said they limit the personal information they share, and also both agreed that there is a need to share some information in order to form meaningful relationships with the service users. Vicarious trauma is the process of change that happens because you care about other people who have been hurt. This process can lead to changes in your psychological and physical being. Vicarious trauma happens because you empathise with people and are committed to helping them.
Both professionals interviewed stressed the importance of personal care and the role it plays in preventing vicarious trauma. They both described overwhelming moments encountered through their work and feeling powerless and vulnerable in different situations. Both professionals agreed that building on your resilience is vital to becoming an effective practitioner. Little et al. Defines vulnerability as susceptibility to any kind of harm, whether physical, moral or spiritual, at the hands of an agent or agency. This introduces the role of external agent or agents. The harm can be positive or negative, and it highlights the variety of harm.
Both professionals agreed that at moments in their job they have felt vulnerable. Lone working was a common reason for feeling vulnerable. They felt there was a lack of support and supervision within the organisations they worked for, and also remarked on the importance of debriefing for staff following a significant event. They also said the constant threat of injury adds to vulnerability. According to Krem, Williams and Heining's 2007, professional identity can be defined as an individual's self-definition as a member of a profession and is associated with the enactment of a professional role. As social care students, we struggle to define our identity in such a broad field.
Influence included working within the community by being a positive role model, previous work experience, love for working with people, especially youth, and personal attitudes and belief. They wish they had have learned in college family counselling, therapeutic crisis intervention training, first aid and management training.
Both professionals engage with a wide range of other professionals. These include the Guards, Children and Adult Mental Health Services, medical professionals, Social Work Department, Child and Family Agency Tulsa, HICWA inspectors, educational professionals. When diverse professional groups such as these work together, their alternative perspectives can lead to better quality decisions about service users. To conclude, we would like to say how much we have learned through conducting interviews with two social care professionals. It was an invaluable insight into the world of social care. As students without that considerable amount of experience, it was interesting to hear their different perspectives on the questions we asked.